Hey, what's up? Welcome to another stream. My name's KGart. Go by KGart82 on Instagram and YouTube, where I am slow to upload my VODs, but they're getting there. Good evening, everyone. Smurf, thanks for resubbing. I appreciate it. Zach, good to see you. Josh, yeah, thanks everybody for coming in. Nice and early, too. But yeah, I have a lot to try to get to doing tonight, so I'm going to try to jump in real quick. So let's get on over. Yeah, I just got a little intro thing Zach, that I do. You might have seen. No, I think I have a little bit of an outro too, but it's nothing crazy. Things that I want to improve, but did some Canva stuff early on to get it going. But yeah, thanks for coming in, everybody. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. But let's get on. Oh, what? Oh, what's up, Wedge? W Raid. I appreciate it, man. Hey, Link, how's it going? Hey. KGart. I like that. That's a new one. But yeah, we're just getting started. Here is where we left off last time. Our favorite Elven Mage. Tonight I'm gonna do just a detail pass, clean things up. Yeah. How did you you were streaming a lot today too? How did that go? So yeah, I join always once you have started and get. Yeah. I know you do a lot of work, and let's see. I didn't know you had a mustache. You should have said something. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, you're right. I should have mentioned that I have a mustache. Oh, and just to let you know, ad break's going to start in about 5 minutes. But yeah, salutations to you as well. So thank you everybody for coming. This is really exciting. It's a nice start. Welcome all the new folks. Let's see. It was a great, man. Chill day. I'll be streaming again later. I just made plans to rip some games with a few friends off stream. Oh, that's cool. I hope you have fun. Thanks for lurking. I appreciate it. Whenever you pop over, hopefully there's gonna be some fun progress. But yeah, right now I'm gonna kind of clean some things up because as I've been posing her and adjusting things. There's some things that are a little I want to say ugly, but not quite in place that I need to fix, like some gemstones that are out of place, some of the geometry that needs to be adjusted, and then hopefully I'll be able to do that in like the next hour or so, maybe less. That would be awesome, and then I can start working on the base. I posted a little bit of what that's gonna look like, but if you didn't see it, this is kind of what I'm cooking up. It's not crazy right now. I didn't do a lot of sketching around, but basically my whole thing is, if you haven't seen the show, there's this big thing about this flower spell that Frieren learned from. Oh, hey, come back. Oh, there we go. This flower spell that she learned from basically who her mentor was, and it meant a lot to her, and it's kind of her favorite spell, and it has a lot of meaning throughout the series. This particular flower is really special to her because of one of her companions, and so what I want to do is try to create some sort of floating situation. I have to figure out how to stabilize her mid-air. I'm going to have magic kind of wisping around her, and it looked like it's coming kind of from the front, but never really cover her up in the front, but definitely wrap around the back and figure out a mounting point. I might put some other magic also bursting up from the top to maybe get to her feet for another connection point. And then the flowers look kind of lame in this because I just kind of pulled a very flat image of it, but I do want them kind of bursting up a little bit with the magic, maybe some of it bleeding up into the magic kind of wisps around her, and yeah, just give it a little bit more life. But that's kind of the start of the direction that I have as far as an idea, but we will see as I get it going. Once I get it started, some of that stuff might change. This is just kind of a picture that I had in my head, and the crude, quick, kind of get it out of my head drawing that I did today before stream. So yeah, let's see where we go with this. So, but yeah, before we even get into that, I want to get back some of the details that are kind of missing. She has some stuff on her cuffs. Also, her cuff is a little clean. Needs a little bit of cleaning. So yeah, so today's going to be really chill. So I definitely won't mind chatter or questions as we go. Always love questions. For some that are new here and don't know, the software that I'm using is called ZBrush. It was developed by a company called Pixelogic, and now is owned by a company called Maxon. They're the ones that do Cinema 4D and a bunch of other stuff. Cinema 4D also a pretty stellar program. I've not used it personally. See, as someone who doesn't, yes, excited for what you'd like to know. Okay, accidentally said please. All right, ignoring. Anyway, so I'll keep going on what I was getting to, but yeah, I use ZBrush. I've been using it for quite a while now. Oh, ad time is coming. Ads starting soon, so I'll kind of hold that conversation off until y'all pop back in. I don't want y'all to miss anything, but thank you for sticking through this first round of ads, and I'm definitely very excited for tonight and the progress that we're going to make. But in the meantime, I'll chatter a little bit because it hasn't started quite yet. But yeah, so I use ZBrush. I've been making toys and statues and working kind of on scan data and stuff in film and TV for about 20 years now. Let's see, I'm going to be lurking, not sure how long. I'll be around. Got a long day ahead of me tomorrow. Not ready for the madness, that's right. I'm guessing Mama's already here. And plus, I'm sure I hope you have tomorrow off, but I'm sure you probably are working a little bit tomorrow. But yeah, I know you're excited for the Super Bowl. I'm not sure if I'm going to catch it. I know I'm going to my mom's. There's a whole story with that. It's the normal day that we usually go, but there's some fun things that have happened around that I don't want to get into, but let's just say I'm not the most stoked about some stuff that I had to deal with tomorrow. But I might even visit some friends that like to watch the Super Bowl. And also, yeah, ads have started. They already started. For those of you that are subscribers, thank you for subbing, and we'll chat a little bit while we wait. Yeah, some of you have gotten gifted subs, so that's pretty cool. I definitely appreciate it. When I started streaming, I did not expect that kind of thing right away. I was excited to just be able to kind of run ads and get pennies here and there. And here we are. I've got subscribers, which is exciting, and I appreciate all of you, whether it's a Prime sub or you subbed yourself or it's a gifted sub. Yeah, I definitely appreciate the support a lot, because this is a labor of love, something I've been wanting to do for a long time, which, you know, most of you guys know. And yeah, it's just nice to get the support. But right now I'm kind of just cleaning up the trim a little bit. There's some details as far as like parts of her fit that I'm trying to bring back that kind of got lost in the posing, either because I turned them off just because it's easier to repose them after the fact, or sometimes the posing and stuff. Oh, you might be able to hear my dog. Sometimes with posing, things move around and get shifted, and you don't really catch that they've been shifted till you go to look for that detail, and well, what do you know, it's not there anymore. So you got to do a little bit of a hide and seek. I think I did talk about last time, but one of the things that I did do was I did just rebuild the trim on her outfit completely because it was easier than trying to repose it and get it into the right place. I did try to repose it, but oh, welcome back. Ads are over. Thanks for those of you that have stuck through. And again, thank you, Mr. Wedge, for the raid. I definitely appreciate you. It's been nice catching your streams. I'll probably hey, what's up, Six? Thanks for coming in. But yeah, it's been nice to catch your streams this past week. I think it's basically been this week that I've started kind of watching your stuff, and yeah, it's been nice conversation and fun in the background. So yeah, I think that's pretty good as far as that trim. I do already like where the trim on the capelet is. So right now I'm just going to start cleaning up some of this top stuff right here. I do like this particular epaulet. I think this one really didn't get damaged too much. This one, on the other hand, got a little thin. So I'm going to make some adjustments here. Really minor stuff. It's actually not too bad. I'm using the move brush, which is just grabbing points and manipulating the here I'll show the wireframe, just the points in the model, so you can see any time where lines cross, those are points, and any lines are edges. The reason the model's multicolored is because I have just different groups. When I made this particular piece, anytime I pull or extrude new parts of it, it just changes the color and does a different group. So that's kind of an explanation for that. But yeah, thanks for coming in, Six. I appreciate you. Hope you are having an all right day. I know you had to go into work to cover for somebody. A very unfortunate situation there, but hopefully you are doing better now and able to relax. Thank you for coming in and hanging out with us. All right, I'm going to take a drink of water. I feel like I've been talking nonstop. I'm not used to everybody piling in the beginning. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, let's look at my menu and see. I've got to turn these on. All right, do I have my reference? There it is. Okay, that kind of cuff epaulet. I'm gonna shift this one. This one looks like it's not going to be too much trouble to get into place. Because yeah, it's right at the top here. But yeah, I really can't stress enough, for anybody that's new or just doesn't know anything about what it takes to do any digital modeling or 3D art or even just general digital art, don't be shy to pipe in and ask questions either about what you're seeing or just things that you've been curious about in general about creating digital models. I've been doing it for a long time, about 20 years. Well, more than that. That's about how long I've been doing it professionally. But I've been doing it for a long time in general. Went to school for animation and got to do some 3D stuff while I was in university. So I probably have answers to your questions. And I'm happy to do it. Other things that I've done besides toys, I was saying I do statues. I also do a lot of one-to-one life-size statues for film promotion, which has been really cool. It's something that I've done kind of in the past few years. That has been a lot of fun. I've gotten to do some stuff for Disney, mostly for Disney. I was going to say a lot of the things that aren't Disney are now technically Disney. So mostly I've been doing them for Disney, regardless of what the intellectual property is. I got to work on something for Alien Romulus, for promotion for that film, which was really fun. I have some photos on Instagram of that. And what else have I done? Planet of the Apes, the most recent one, though I'm forgetting the name of that one, but it was very good. It was the one with the whole Caesar stuff. Oh, they didn't even put that in the reference, so I just got to guess. I say put it in the reference in the image, because this wasn't made specifically for reference. I pulled it as reference. But yeah, that one was particularly crazy because we got the job, or we were asked to pitch for the job right before the holidays, and I had 3 days to rough in sculpt the main ape in a few different poses, and also do a bust version. And I think I had a full body version of him on a pedestal, him sitting in his throne, and a bust. And they went with him in the throne. And it was the throne from the movie, and we didn't really have a lot of reference for that, so I had to like make stuff up and roughed them all in a few days, and it was pitched, and then I had to start working on it like the day it was pitched, and then we had to go on vacation because it was all the holiday times. But that was kind of an unusual situation just because of the timing of the movie and that kind of stuff. But for the most part, these days, I've been working on action figures still, stuff for Hasbro, and we've been doing some digital maquettes for some animated shows, which has been really fun. 3D digital stuff. So yeah, the job is always throwing kind of new stuff at us. But primarily, I am a toy maker. All right, here we go. Here's the eplet situation. Some of these I might have to just redo because they got warped and moved around. So I actually might just do that because I do have this one really nice one right here. I'm going to duplicate this and then start putting it in position. Let's see. Link, is this particular work commission job? No, it is not, but that's a good question. So I started streaming at the beginning of November, and there's a few reasons why I started streaming. One is because I wanted to have something more to do with my art outside of just working, and I wanted something where I could hold myself accountable to creating more. And I figured doing this would keep me going on projects because I would have, you know, a responsibility of something that I had to do consistently because, you know, we all know you got to be consistent with your streaming. Otherwise, no one's going to come. So I've been as consistent as I can be as a father, family man with a full-time job and all that jazz. And also to make art for myself because I am always making art for other people. So this in particular is just because I love Frieren. I think she's an awesome character in general, and also I think her design is just really solid. It's so simple overall. Her color scheme is really simple. It's mainly black, white, and gold with red accents. Obviously the brown with the boots, but like it's a pretty limited color palette. Excuse me. And even if you look like at her hair is gray, but it's still closer to a white, and she's a very pale character. So that those tones are all very, you know, kind of washed out. And yeah, so I just really enjoyed the character and thought it would be fun. I also, if you well, you were rated in, so you didn't get to see in my intro. I also have another character that I like, kind of similar aesthetic wise to Frieren, is Rebecca from Cyberpunk. Why am I forgetting this series? It's the series that's based off of Cyberpunk 2077, but it is called something else, and I can't remember what like the subtitle is for it right now for whatever reason. You know, streamer brain. It'll probably come to me sometime tonight. But I really like Rebecca. She's an awesome character. Not the same as Frieren by any means, but aesthetically she has some similarities as far as just she's really small, simple color scheme. Hers is, you know, the black and pink, and she's also very pale. She's got green that carries over from accents in her coat as well as her hair. It's kind of a minty color. So that's a character that I started working on a long time ago, just for me when I had like a really long kind of hiatus at work. And through that, it kind of got me going, I need to do more stuff for me. And I need to find a reason to justify it so I can do it for myself. And so that's what this is. After Frieren, I don't know yet what I want to do. I have a lineup of characters that I kind of want to work on. Let's see, how long can you go without work at a time? Well, I am lucky that I have a studio job, and I have for the past 20 years or so. At this particular studio, I've been here for about 10, actually 11 now. Let's see. Hey, thanks for the watch streak, 6. That's awesome, dude. 7, lucky 7. Let's see, maybe after 10 I'll finally read my Yaoi recommendations. Yeah, I don't know about that. I did love Heated Rivalry, but that does not mean that yaoi is a genre that I'm looking for. But, you know, if there's a good love story and it's well written, I do not care who's falling in love. But to go more into what you were asking about, Link, Um, I'm since I work in a studio job, I don't really have to worry about, luckily, going from job to job or um, project to project freelance wise. I do some freelance work as well. Very little though, because I have the full time job and I have other commitments outside of that with family and other organizations that I kind of work with. So it is a lot. So I don't do a lot of freelance stuff. It's mostly uh, fun projects where I get to help out friends and work on cool stuff that they're doing. And even that stuff, it's hard to uh, fit it in. But so far, whoop, zoom in. So far, it's been good. See, you're not freeing your lance enough. Oh, thank you. That's good advice. I need to do more lance freeing. I appreciate that. Yeah, so now the cuffs are, and all the gems are in place as my dog scratches at the door wanting me to open it so she can come in. Maybe I'll do that later. I don't know. I don't really want to do that right now. So now I think I want to try to get some of the details I haven't hit with her clothing yet. Tighten up some of these folds. But yeah, hopefully that answered your question, Link. I know it's probably not quite what you were expecting. I am lucky, I feel, in the position that I'm in, where I don't have to worry about getting projects. And it's a really nice place to be in, to not have to worry about acquiring the work. I just wait and hope hope that the projects come to me through the job. I will say that sometimes it has been a little scary. It hasn't always been sit back and just wait. There have been times where the studio has been suffering. Some of those times have been recent, but not super recent. So, again, very lucky to be in the position that I'm in, to have a job where I get to do art. And even though I'm making stuff for other people, I really do enjoy it. So I don't mind doing stuff for other people, but it's nice to do some stuff for me for a change. It's more what I'm getting at and why I am doing all this. Doing some stuff for me. Fun things that I don't have to worry about a client giving me their 2 cents as far as what they would like the character to look like. I get to manage all of that on my own. And then I also get to ask feedback from friends, which that usually is pretty positive, which, could be not the greatest situation, because sometimes I like a critical eye, but it has been nice to share my art with other folks and get the positive feedback that has come with it. It's one thing to sit at a desk all day and plug away at my art. It's another thing to do it while people are watching. And it's been fun. Sometimes it's a bit nerve-wracking, at least at the start. I'm getting more used to it. But yeah, I appreciate everybody coming in and giving me the opportunity to share something that I really enjoy doing. Let's see. Sleeve is way puffier. So let's plot this cuff a little bit more. Ooh. I want to use the move brush. Again, since I'm moving that cuff, I gotta move all the little bits that go along with it. Now I can puff out this sleeve just a bit more. Let's see. I wonder what other fun facts I can give you guys. I was just watching a video that had the directors of K-pop Demon Hunters sitting down with the folks from Collider talking about the animation and just the process of making that film. I'm not too deep into it yet, but it sounds like there's some cool stuff that they're going to get into as far as the struggles and some of the things that they had to figure out animation-wise, because there was a lot of crazy stuff that they achieved in that film that I don't think they were realizing they would have to deal with at the start. It's such a beautifully animated film. I love it. I'm a huge fan of K-pop Demon Hunters for a number of reasons, similar to you know, being a big fan of Frieren. The animation is beautiful, the music is really good, and the story, while pretty simple and run through really quick, there's a lot of cool lore that they have established for this world that I really love. And one of the characters in particular, Zoe, I'm just a huge fan of her as a character, how she was developed, the little bits of information that we got to know about her. She's really bubbly. She's very badass. And it's pretty much said at this point that she is autistic. And there's a lot of like really telling things that pick up. Yeah, I'm yapping. See. Good. There's a lot of really cool tells that they show that are really subtle, but that a lot of folks on the spectrum picked up on. And when that movie came out, I was picking up on my own understanding of where I lie on the spectrum. And yeah, see, I've got to say congrats to what you just relayed considering this work. I would say it's magnificently done. I can see why there are friends, family, and random strangers saying positive things. Even if you hadn't said you were a family man, things explained so well. Extensively, I'm sure you have at least an 8-year-old. Kind of wish they were 8 at this point. They're 13, going on 14, going into high school very soon. Very smart lad. I'm super proud of him. But we struggle, like I was talking about autism. He is autistic. ASD level 1, which back in the day they used to say is what's it? High functioning, but that's not really a great description anymore. Wasn't then either. And honestly, that's where I fall as well on the spectrum. We have a lot of similar struggles, he and I, and we have a lot of different struggles as well, because obviously not everyone's the same. But since we are of the same gene pool, there are some great similarities between he and I, and that just makes our differences more frustrating sometimes because we're so alike in so many ways that my struggles are harder for him to deal with, and his struggles are difficult for me to deal with sometimes. But you know, that's just normal life stuff, you know. But I'm super proud of him. He is incredibly intelligent and a very sweet lad. And he definitely wants to get into the, not necessarily the streaming space, but the YouTube space. In the near future, he has saved for a computer. We just need to get it for him and then set it up and just figure out this world. That's also, funnily enough, another reason why I kind of jumped in now into streaming, because I wanted to, yeah, YouTube is definitely more manageable, especially for a youngin', because it's going to be more recording and editing. There's a lot of skills that he can learn with YouTube to prepare his videos that I think will be beneficial to him outside of YouTube in several different avenues. But yeah. So that's another reason why I am streaming, just to get used to the internet space, even though this is different. Definitely. I'm uploading my VODs to YouTube and probably will eventually stream to there and maybe do some editing stuff myself, but we'll see. So YouTube is definitely potentially a potential way to go. What would the videos be about? Well, he loves video games, and he definitely hyperfixates on various things in different games. So I think he would be a very good streamer. He's very funny. He's very entertaining. I'm not exactly sure what route he wants to go yet as far as the type of videos he wants to make. He's kind of said a bunch of different things, so I'm not sure where he's landed, but he's excited, and we need to really get on helping him more to make sure he gets his equipment, but it's hard. Even though he has stuff saved, like, we still need to manage money, and sometimes we've had to put things off. But we still always let him know that his money is safe, and we will make sure that when we can, because we also are partly covering things, obviously, that we will get him the equipment he needs. And we want to get him, you know, not top of the line stuff right off the bat, but definitely equipment that is reliable and he won't have to like upgrade right away. So yeah, he'll be doing game streamings and he'll be doing off PC. So there's a lot of things that we need to prepare for him to get him ready for that kind of life. But it's still going to be a little bit before we get there. But we're working on it. Okay. Let's see. There's little things here and there. Actually, right now, I'm going to turn the color off on all this stuff and bring up one of my favorite materials to work in. Yeah, there we go. It's also kind of fun to see. Most of the time I don't work in color, I work in grayscale. Let's see. Because it's easier to see the details. They pop a little bit more when it's just the gray material. But I have found that working in color on this project has just been kind of fun. So I've been coloring as I go. And that's why you've seen. I also think it's easier for folks who are watching. I've seen a lot of people stream with their art, you know, in the usual gray material that we work in, and I think it's a little unappealing to like the general audience and I might be wrong, but the characters, it looks more familiar when you add that splash of color, and also it's an interesting way to see the character come to life a little bit more, because once you get the eyes in there, it's nice. Let's see. You just make sure to let him know that people will subconsciously forgive terrible graphics if the audio is great. It's something that was drilled into my head by my film teacher. Hey, that's an interesting tip and perspective. I will definitely pass that along. One thing that I have talked to him about a lot is also just how people are online, because one thing I said, I don't want him to start streaming, at least at first, because he does get incredibly frustrated with his games sometimes, which is understandable. We all do. It's not a horrible thing, but it can get overwhelming for him, and I don't want that to become a reason why people watch and waiting for that to happen to him. So we're definitely focused on video content and creating something with a purpose, at least to start. And then maybe he can jump into kind of the streaming game. And probably him and I, because I do want to diversify as well. Obviously, I want to start with art because this is what I do. And I'm passionate about it, and I want to, like I said, do more stuff for me. But I'm also a gamer too. Just like, everybody. Wedge is painting on stream, and he's gaming on stream. And even, most of the people that I know that do art streams do some gaming. And I think it's because, one, we enjoy it, and two, that also brings in a lot more eyes sometimes than our art streams. I have been fortunate where I really am happy with the viewership that I've been getting, whether it's folks just lurking and hanging around and being supportive, or it's folks just coming in to see what it's all about. And I am, it's nice to make some money, but I'm definitely doing this for fun. I'm not expecting a huge payout ever from Twitch. We all would like that to happen, who doesn't want to get to that point? But I just want to do fun things. Our arm's popping through here. Gotta fix I don't know if I want to fix I want to fix the sleeve. But I thought gaming on stream would be fun. I'll probably stream with him because he's asked about that. So if he wants to stream, I'll definitely start doing that with him to kind of help him out and get him going, and that'll be, I think, a fun way to start that bit for him. But I want to start doing a little bit of gaming myself. I am a Sony lad, so I have a PlayStation, and we'll probably stream from that. And I play personally mostly single player adventure stuff. So I'll also need to figure out what kind of games I want to play. I do have a PSVR 2, and there's not a lot of VR streamers out there that I've seen. I mean, I'm sure there's plenty. I need to look more, but I don't think the numbers are super high because, again, still there's not a lot to do. And I'm not going to be chasing trends, so I will just play games that I want to play and I'm excited to play. Let's see. What games do you play in your spare time? Like I said, mostly single player adventure stuff. Don't do a lot of online stuff, even though like I'm making more friends that play a lot of online games, so I'm kind of tempted to jump into some of them. I had some bad personal experience with online games, which I think everyone has, so I'm not special in that regard, but just ones that soured me on certain things that made me go, I don't want to deal with this. But I have had a lot of fun, especially recently, with friends online, which is the ideal for me. I struggle dealing with random people on the internet that just want to be rude in multiplayer games. So I play a little Among Us. Didn't jump on when it was trendy, but lately have been able to play with some folks and just really had a good time. I've also played Among Us with the kid before that, so I do enjoy that game. As far as what I want to play soon, Ghost of Yotai is one that I want to play. I don't remember if we were talking about that in stream. Yep, Among Us. Sus. We're going to do an Among Us game soon, 6, for sure. Let's see. Did the kid whoop me? Sometimes. You know, it's not something that like I've ever had issue with. I don't mind getting my butt handed to me in a game by my kid if he's doing a great job. That makes me happy. It also makes him happy. We have played chess many and many a time, and I'm a decent player, but not like fantastic. And it didn't take long for him to start taking me on games here and there. And at this point, he's getting ready to join a chess club in high school, so I'm sure he's going to be taking me in games regularly very soon because he like I said, hyperfixation, rabbit hole, chess in this economy. We got him a Jurassic Park chess set very early, so yeah, that's how that's going. But yeah, he loves the game, and I support that. I'm excited about that. So yes, he has beat me here and there, but I also still whoop him from time to time as well. So, you know, I'm no slouch. I'm a decent gamer, both board and video. Let's see. That's sick. Positivity. It is. I try to be a positive force in general, especially now, because times are tough, you know? We're all trying to get through some crazy-ish. and things have not always been sunshine and roses for me. I have had my points on the depression scale where I have had a hard time dealing with things, and that's okay. I think everybody goes through some really tough times, and the hardest part about it is we don't share, and people feel alone in those struggles. And that is the worst. Feeling alone. Whoop. There we go. When you're not. For me, for a long time, I felt really alone because I used to have a couple large friend groups. Here we go. We're going to get deep a little bit. I'll try not to be too negative. And things kind of went south with both of them for different reasons. Some of it was just very much me, which also doesn't, always feel great. But one kind of dissolved, unfortunately. It really wasn't anybody's fault, but sometimes that happens. And then another one I kind of pulled back from. And so what the positivity about this, and kind of why I'm talking about it, is that recently, thanks to actually starting streaming, I have found community again, and it's been really nice. And I still struggle from time to time because there's still aspects about the communities that I've found. I'm fine, negativity doesn't affect you. Good. I'm glad. That's incredible. I'm happy for you. But in these new awesome communities that I have found myself in, it's still new, it's still fresh, I'm still finding my footing and getting to know people, and it's different. And sometimes my old struggles kind of shine through, and I start projecting things. And I have a lot of anxiety, so that kind of makes that hard too. So it's been great, but I've still had moments that I'm still trying to figure myself out and figure out my place. But overall, things have been very good lately. And part of it is, most of it is the awesome communities that I have stumbled into and that have been very kind all around. And I would say most of my worries in some of these situations are for naught, and it's just me still dealing with old wounds. And that's not to say that I don't have some incredible friends still from the previous communities and other parts of my life. I have an amazing family. I've already talked about them. But there's different aspects of life. My family life, incredibly blessed. And I have an amazing wife who has helped me through a lot of things. And I try to help her with all of her stuff too. And hopefully I've been just as helpful to her as she has been to me, because I appreciate her so much. But I also have amazing friends that have, listened to me through a lot of my struggles and One of them is probably here. She hasn't said anything, but I see that she's in here lurking away, and I appreciate it. Yeah, I'll say this again. Thank you to all of you that are lurking. Thanks to the folks that are chatting from time to time. We've been going for an hour. We'll probably get another 10 minutes until we get another ad break. So thank you again. For those of you that are going to stick through that, I greatly appreciate it. What's going on? There we go. Something went a little wild here. Let's see. You're a very lurkable fellow. Kudos to the glory you found through the darkness. Thank you. I appreciate it. I've never been described as lurkable, so that's a new one, and I thank you for the new title. I'm gonna take it as a compliment, only because the interactions that I've had with Link have, I think, all been enjoyable, at least for me. And I don't think, unless they say something specific that would make me believe that there is another reason to take it any other way, I see it as a wonderful compliment. I guess I can also get into a little bit of what else I'm doing. Let's see. Rain Cloud gifted. Oh, hey, thank you. Thank you for the gifted subby. I'm glad I could have been enjoyable. You not could have been, you are. Thank you, Carrie, for the gifted sub. I'm glad I have been enjoyable. Yes, remove the could. Absolutely. Thank you for the gifted sub. Congrats to Adam, who isn't here right now, but definitely has been here a number of times, and is someone that I think will appreciate the sub. So yeah, W sub. Yeah, I guess I mean I've said it from stream to stream, kind of what my plan is and my goals are, things that I want to do with this whole streaming thing. I do eventually want to open my own Discord, because I would kind of like to have an artist community, because I don't want to just do this as like, hey, look at my art. I mean, I enjoy people looking at it, but I also want to encourage people to work on their own stuff and foster their own community. KGart Discord about to go crazy. Yeah, we'll see. Don't know when I want to do that yet. I know probably some people are like, do it now, but I don't want to do that now, because I'm still learning a lot of things about Discord, and I am helping so many other people with their Discords that I don't know if I want to take my own onto my plate yet. But eventually, let's see. Hey, Wormy, thanks for coming in. KG, leaving a lurk. Please enjoy yourself, and don't forget to hydrate. Thank you very much. Yes, I will. Let's see. A prime milestone for any growing channel is a Discord chatting place. I even have one despite nothing going on there. See, KGart Discord now. You know, I will get there. I promise. And I know that there are a number of wonderful people that are ready to jump in. But yeah, I want to foster an artist community where people can share their art and critique each other and help each other grow. Where I can help people grow, and also definitely do some growth myself, because even though I've been doing this for 20 years now, there's so much more that I can learn. We're always growing, we're always learning, and I can learn plenty from all sorts of folks at all sorts of levels of, their artist journey. And yeah, let's see. Best views? No, thank you. Goodbye. Wait, what? Hold on. Why can't I do that? Let's see. There we go. No, not warning. There. Boom. Get out of here. No advertisements, please. Ugh. Anyway, yeah, I want to grow as an artist, and I want to help other people grow as an artist by having a space. One thing I have enjoyed, I started mentoring a few years ago now. The stepdaughter of a friend of mine, and she was just struggling with trying to find herself and a path for herself and her art. She was very talented. She is very talented, not was. And my friend just reached out and was like, can you help her? Because we don't know what to do. And I said, sure. And it has been a joy to advise her as best as I can and point her in the directions that I could tell that she was leaning towards, but was having struggles pulling the trigger herself, and really just being able to observe her and be a sounding board and go, I see what you want. You just are having a hard time seeing it yourself, and just putting it in front of her and letting her realize that she knew the choice that she wanted to make and various things. And because of that, she is now at her dream school and doing amazing things that she didn't expect that she would be doing. And I'm very proud of her and happy that I was a sliver in that process. Because honestly, all I did was say, I can see what you want to do. Go do it. Which is sometimes the push that we just need. But all the hard work and all the amazing things, she did. And it has warmed my heart to watch her grow and to get to know her as a human and become great friends with her. So yeah, so that's, another thing that I kind of want to do is just help give people that push to do the things that they really want to do, but maybe are a little afraid to, not quite sure of themselves. Take that leap. So anybody in here, if you haven't taken a leap on something that you really want to do, this is my advice. Do it. Dive into that hobby. Find that tutorial and that software that you've been wanting to work on. Take the leap. Show people what you're doing so we can encourage you. and help drive you. What kinds of art did you mentor her for? She wants to get into video games. She's a great painter, and mostly I have been mentoring her in entertainment art, but the way I went about it was kind of going, it looks like you want to go for this kind of path in animation or in video games. These are the various things that you can do in that. What sounds more interesting? And we kind of narrowed it down. And then I kind of came up with some projects for her to try and do to kind of keep her motivated while she was still trying to start school and get her learning. And some of the stuff that I gave her, she completed. Some of it didn't. She's also neurodivergent, which helped too, because I recognize it and helped her manage that and some of the struggles, and reminded her that it's okay to struggle. But it's been awesome to help her with perspective and life drawing, 3D modeling. She's done some of that. And usually I just give her kind of like light critique, because ultimately it's her, teachers and professors that have the final say. But when she's struggling with motivation or struggling with dealing with her schedule or doesn't quite know what to do, she feels stuck in a project, she still comes to me. Like at this point, like I'm kind of hands off. She's where she wants to go. She's reached the goals that she wants to reach. So I check in just to see how she's doing, and then she will come to me sometimes if like she's struggling with some work or wants some feedback, because she trusts my feedback, because I will definitely tell her things that I think can be improved, but I also will point out the things that she's doing well at. She had some professors that were really tough love and just really rude, and like it's not a way to go, especially in art, Let's see. Picking up job titles. Funny. Oh, yep. What kinds of art do you want to see? Be the change you want to see in the world. Yes. That is true. Excuse me. Still recovering from this cough. Not feeling sick, but man, it's been a struggle. Okay. I think there's a little bit of play in the boots, a little bit more. Ads are going. Sorry, I had warned earlier, but I didn't say that they started. So for those of you again who are subbed, well, that sounded that made me laugh because that sounded weird. Then I started coughing more. For those of you that are subbed, talk to me. For those of you that are not and that can't hear this, thank you for sticking through the ads. No ads for you. I know, you got gifted. Ooh, oh no, you. That was so automatic because I read it. Damn it, 6. Okay, moving on. I'll just pretend like it didn't happen. Anyway, we'll do a little bit with the boots here. And this is perfect because this is the second ad break. So once we come back from the ad break, which is very soon, we'll be close to start working on the base, which I'm very excited for. Even though I'm not like super happy with like my rough sketches. I'm excited because I at least feel like the concept comes across and I got it out of my brain. So yeah. And we are back. Thanks for everyone that stuck through the ads. Thanks, Link, for pointing out that the ads happened. I gave a warning, but then that was like well before the ads started, so I didn't give the proper warning right before they started. Still getting used to that. I've been affiliate since the beginning of, or not the beginning, since Thanksgiving Day, or maybe it was the day after that I got the email that said, "Hey, you did it." So there's still some things I'm getting used to, but I am just glad that I was able to do it quickly, and that was, again, through the awesome support of viewers like you. It's been really fun streaming and nice to get to know people both off and on that have been supporting. Yeah, I will tell you that I had a strategy that just happened to line up and work out. And then there were some happy unexpecteds that kind of led to it being successful and me being able to stop saying me being able to become an affiliate in my first month. So it just happened to, like, you didn't work. I mean, I did work hard, but there are people that have worked as hard as I was working within that span that it took them longer. You know, there were other factors that really helped it happen within that time frame. Some, like I said, that were planned strategically, and some that kind of were happy accidents. Number one that I did not expect were the online communities that I joined. That I wasn't expecting that to kind of happen so quickly, and there were a lot of people that jumped into my early streams that gave me that you need 3 average viewer threshold that I needed. And that was a big one. Another one strategically that I planned was there was a Kickstarter that I was working on with a friend, and that helped get me some numbers when I really needed them. Because I got to help with some stream stuff that he did, and he jumped onto a stream with me. So I had one really high number stream that helped get my followers up where they needed to be. So there was some strategic planning there. But the thing that I was not expecting was the community support from people that I just met so quickly. And it's been good, and it's continuing through. Like, it didn't like get me there and then kind of drop off. All you people here that are here right now, whether you're lurking or you're chatting, it means the world to me, because again, I'm really new at this, and it's just nice. So thank you. Such is the power of the internet. That is so true. So true. Again, another thing that is, I don't want to say surprising, but I wasn't expecting is, dang, I'm going to tell Wade you used him. He knows. I asked him. I was like, hey, I'm starting to do this thing. Can you help out? Can you, jump on? So he's very aware. But I also was like, are you cool with that kind of thing? If he said no, would have been totally okay. And I would have just rerouted. Figured it out. But he was very helpful. Like, from the jump, as soon as I said, hey, I'm starting streaming, he didn't even let me finish the sentence. He started giving me advice because that's the kind of guy he is. So all of you know who don't know, Josh is a buddy that is part of the action figure community that I am in, and have, I don't want to say fans, but people that support in that realm too. Because I was lucky enough to jump onto a project with a friend because he needed that help, and I said I would help, and it has done really well as an independent toy. The Odie's figures, and yeah, so like I said, a lot of factors that helped get me there. Some unexpected, some with some previous planning, and a lot of awesome support from new friends. All right. I think I'm kind of happy with where she is right now. I do want to do some pose adjustments, but I'm not going to do that yet. I want to now start working on the base. So again, we'll go back over to Photoshop and kind of look at this and talk this through. What my plan is. So from the beginning, I wanted to get to the challenge of making a statue where the character was floating, which is like, whoa, awesome idea for like a first live project in front of people to do something so challenging. But, I've done a lot of regular statues at this point, so I feel confident that I can figure out solutions. And I've seen plenty of other statues that have solved a similar situation. So I feel like it's not outside my realm of expertise to figure this out, but it's still a challenge because I want to find points of contact that don't diminish the awesomeness of this character feeling like they are floating freely, but also so she's stable enough so once I engineer this thing and print her out, she's not going to be falling apart. So that is the goal. So let's go through here. Obviously, I want to have kind of like an elegant bottom portion to the base. I'm going to use a cylinder. That's probably what I'm going to start with tonight because I want to find the kind of the range, mess with the height as far as how high off the ground she's going to be floating. So I want to start with that. And then I'll go into the wispy kind of magic stuff. That is probably going to be the most challenging, I think, to figure out, because I do want to the opacity. Let's see. Nope. Escape. Come on. There we go. New layer. So this stuff, I want to, it's probably going to be blue in the end. I do want to also probably print this out in clear resin, which is something I've never done before myself. Luckily, I know some great people who do all kinds of printing stuff, like Mr. Josh, so I know I can reach out to you and get some help. But yeah, I want these wispies to kind of be blue because it's her magic. There's lots of points where it is kind of this blue color scheme. And I want to have, a couple coming out from the base in various points, wrapping around her, kind of curling from the front and wrapping around the back of her. And then these flowers, I want them to billow. They'll be more poofy. Here, let me kind of mess with this. There we go. transform and warp. Here we go. So I want them to billow a little bit more. Kind of feel like they're being like in mid, like grow, kind of with the magic. I might even make this base bigger so that platform is more. We'll mess with that once we get it in place, just to see how it looks. And then also some of the flowers kind of like going up with the magic. But one of the cool things that I love is in this story, a person that means a lot to her, his favorite flower kind of becomes her favorite flower, becomes meaningful to her. And she also learned this flower spell from her mentor. And I just thought it would be cool for her to be in this like very serene state, floating, casting this spell and bringing forth this flower that means so much to her, and to encapsulate that moment in a statue. So that's kind of what I'm going for. Let's see. I missed some comments. Let's see. I may have missed it. What scale are you going for? 1/6, 1/5? I don't know, honestly. I don't know if I'm going for any particular scale. It's probably going to be like 1/6. But I'm not necessarily going to scale her to any other figures or statues. I don't want her to be tiny, so I might like kind of want her to be around the 7-inch range, which probably still for her would be in the 1/6 scale. If you think of like a 10-inch figure, she would be much shorter. I might go for a smaller figure because that'll be lighter and easier to support. Let's see, there is a translucent blue that is pretty much exactly that color. Yeah, I've seen it, and it would be nice to use something that's already got the color in it and not pre-mixed, or that is pre-mixed, so I don't have to like put pigment into a clear resin. Let's see, did some Onius Dino hands in it. Cool. Then question for you, Josh. Use magic to make her float. Thank you, Six. That is an incredible suggestion, and I will do that. All right, so let's get into it. But yeah, question for you, Josh. How was that resin to work with? I know you had trouble with one of the opaque orange resins that you were working with. I don't know how much trouble you've had with clear resins. Is that one that was easy to work with? I hope so. I also want to probably get a vat. That's a separate vat for other resins, because I want to have my one vat that I use for all the space gray stuff, so I use that the most, so I don't have to like clean that out. And then an extra vat that I can use to swap out resins that I use less frequently. Let's see. Oh yeah, no trouble with those translucent resins. Cool. I'll have to ask you for settings then. I'm sure it won't be too different with my Elegoo versus your, I forgot what resin printer you're using. But yeah. Okay, so let's bring in a cylinder. I'm going to start doing basic shapes again. What's this cylinder? I already have a cylinder in here. Oh, no, it's ovular. Ovular? No, it is an oval-shaped cylinder. Ovular is something different. That's a medical term. Let's see. Let us insert one of these silly little stars and brush. And, okay. There we go. You're a medical term. Thank you. Okay, so what I'm going to do first is get rid of all these edge loops here, because I want to control all of these eventually to kind of make this elegant base shape that I have in my brain. I've made enough of these that I can kind of, I think, eyeball it quickly enough. And hopefully get what I want without too much work. That feels too big. I'm debating, I think what I want it to be, I don't want it to be any bigger than her staff, because that is going to be too big. I think we'll start with that for now. Let's see. Have any more odious work come up soon? Yeah, I'm working on stuff all through this month, and I'm waiting on some of that stuff. I'm finishing up the werewolf head. I'm almost done with. I'll show that off right now. Let's see. Boop. So I'm just going through and, you know, basically grooming it. You can see kind of the detail I've done mostly in the brow area on either side. I'm working on the muzzle. Let's see. So did she straight up steal Rita Repulsa's staff or what? No, yeah, I actually saw somebody post about that today. Or maybe it was yesterday. But yeah, no, it's very similar. It's funny that you bring that up. But yeah, I pretty much finished this up. It's not going to be a hinged jaw like I was thinking it was going to be. Wade just was like, I don't really want that. I like it open and snarling, because that would have changed kind of what needed to happen for the expression that he wanted, and he didn't want the hassle. So yeah, so it's just open, but the jaw is going to be, you know, a separate piece that I need to still finish engineering, and the tongue will probably plug into that, just so that way it's easier to manufacture and it looks nice and there's no undercut stuff. But yeah, so this is, you know, the thing that I'm still working on. And then there's accessories, and there's, I think, a few heads that he wants done as well in addition, but I don't think he's talked about those yet. So I'm not going to, again, those are all maybes too, so I can't promise that. So yeah, that is what it is. But back to Lady Frieren and this base. So I want to make an elegant base. See, sometimes a hinged jaw it can look off. This was, you can lock in expression you want. Yeah, this way I can lock in the expression I want. Exactly. Or what Wade wants. I actually think it's kind of funny. On accident, it feels like when I look at this shot straight on of the werewolf head, this particular one, it reminds me a little bit of Altered Beast artwork. So I just think it's like really fun. Let's see. All right, let's start. Are you going to make multiple expressions? For the werewolf, no. For the main head, for the odious character, there are multiple expressions and multiple heads. But with the werewolf, there are 2. I care more about what you want. Yeah. Well, I wasn't mad about the hinge being removed because it's less engineering for me. So when he said that he was fine without it, I was cool. But yeah, for the werewolf heads, no, there won't be multiple expressions, which is fine by me. Again, that speeds up that process. Let's see, insert. Maybe I like that. Do I like that? I don't know. No, I don't like that yet. But yeah, so there will be multiple expressions with the werewolf. It'll just be that particular head and then the second head, which is a different, it's more of a classic Wolfman werewolf head, where this is more of a more modern wolf-like take. Which I am fine with. I am enjoying it. Let's see, insert. I'm kind of just having fun with this, just to see where it could go. I might change some aspects of this as we go along, but I think I'm close. Okay, so now I'm going to throw some creases in here in various spots to get some hard edges. And then I'm going to also throw some soft creases in. And then we'll preview it and see what it looks like. We'll also make it black because I want the base, the main base, to be black. Let's see. You into the Olympics at all? I mean, when they're going, I don't follow anybody in particular or any, I mean, obviously, like, hooray the US as far as sports go. But crease. Partial edge. I enjoy the Winter Olympics more than the Summer Olympics, personally. But, you know, it's a good time. I do like watching them to a certain degree, because it's fun to see athletes at the top of their game doing their thing. And representing. Let's see. Well, I'm missing out. Winter Olympics just started. Yeah, I know. I just haven't been really paying attention. A lot going on. And you're right. I probably should tune in. I bet my father-in-law has been. He is a big fan of, what's the big French bike race? Tour de France, yeah. So he watches that every year. That's a big thing. But yeah, he likes sports and stuff like that. Okay, let's make this nice. Not completely pitch black, but close to dark black. Fill object. Why? Oh, I gotta change it. Oop. Fill object. All right, let's look at it in gray for a second. Okay. There we go. Looks a little modern. Too modern with this. kind of Art Deco-y. Let's see. Sorry for being quiet. I'm now in that like kind of like on the fly design mode to try to figure this out. Get rid of these edge loops. We'll throw in another one. I think we'll do one more stair step here. It's a little bit more of an angle. Get rid of this one. Yeah, we'll do that angular thing right there. And we'll crease these again. And maybe throw a softer crease. Adding edge loops kind of right here. Yeah, I like that a lot better. Now we throw the color back in. Yeah, I kind of like that. Let's see height-wise. Let's see. I like the weird. You know, I do really like, Josh, is curling. For whatever reason, that's one that I enjoy watching. I was very close. There was one, I don't know if it was the Swedes or if it was the Finns, that had these awesome pants that everyone started going crazy over, and I wanted a pair of those pants, man. They were cool. But curling is such a just like a weird event. It's like, why is basically shuffleboard an Olympic sport? You know? Kind of like want to make a pocket there for the flowers to kind of like come out of. But we'll see. Okay. I might just for funsies put a sphere in here just to represent the flower mound. Let's see. Olympic Games, quotation marks. Yes, that's true. Let's see. We could be Olympians. It's, you know, that's true. We could if we joined the curling team. All right, so I'm going to throw a sphere in here just to represent the space that the flowers. Why is that like that? Ooh, I don't like that. I'm going to change the shape of it anyway, but why did it come in like that? Okay, let's see. Split. Masked points. Okay. Oop. Don't exactly know how much of a billowing mound I want this to be yet, but let's get kind of a cool sky blue color. to represent the flowers for now. There we go. All right, now here's going to be the real challenge. There's lots of ways that I can execute kind of these magical swoopy swoops. And I don't exactly know how I want to start them. Let's see, what I should do is I should save my this, export it, so I can have this in with me. Export as. Yes, I want JPEG. And we'll replace the old base rough concept because it's old. Let us import. Open. There we go. Okay, so we got a rough base concept now in the software. Ooh, too much perspective. Let's turn that off. Turn it down. There we go. Let's see, is she going to be affixed to the stand at the bottom? The translucent resin is more brittle. I wonder if you could suspend her from it. She's floating. All right, I'm heading out. Hey, 86, thanks for hanging out as long as you did. I will have fun. I appreciate you always being in here. I'll see you on Discord, I'm sure. That's where we always see each other. All the Discords. So yeah, have a good night. Thanks. As far as what you're saying, Josh, yeah, I want her to be floating, and I'm thinking of using the clear resin, but like I said, it needs to be at the right spots, and I'm going to need multiple points of contact. I'm thinking of maybe having another bit that bursts and kind of hits the feet. So yeah, let's see. Farewell 6. May you find your way through the next maze you enter. Yes. What a send-off. Thanks, Link. I like it. But yeah, so that's going to be the big challenge, Josh, is finding out exactly how I want to affix all this stuff. And honestly, it's what I'm looking forward to. But you are right. I'm aware that the clear resin is more brittle. So I probably want to have thicker portions of it be the points of contact. But yeah, I don't know. In the end, I might go a route where I have some sort of clear rod coming up from the bottom. Hey, thanks for continuing to lurk and pop in, Wormy. I need to come into another one of your streams because I had a lot of fun watching you play It's the Silent Hill 2 remake, I think, that you were playing. I don't know if it's just called Silent Hills or what, I don't remember, but that was fun. I also know that you play DBD, so I'm a big fan of watching people play that. I need to play that. But right now, I want to mostly just focus on the aesthetics and kind of work through this problem as or challenge as I go. So I think to start, I'm just going to use the curve tubes brush to lay in some of these bits. Ooh, gotta turn some of this stuff off. Will this work? There we go. Okay. So just to kind of like snake these in and see, get the main ones in, and then see what other ones I want to add, because I don't just want the 4. Those are like the main parts of the structure that I want to add. And try to figure out how to frame her. And then I'll go in and rebuild these once I kind of map out where I want them. So that way I'm not like on the fly doing that. Because I do want them to be a little bit more structured and geometric in their swoop, closer to like a blade, and strategically thicken points of it, where this is obviously like a tube. Because yeah, I don't want these to feel snake-like. But this is like the quickest way to like get these curves in here. I might even be able to do more curves. Good night, Carrie. Thank you for coming in. Thank you again for gifting the sub. Totally appreciate you. See you very soon. Carrie is one of my awesome IRL friends, so yes. Even though I was talking about struggles that we have and that I have, I luckily have amazing friends like Carrie. Also, tell Jeff, if you haven't left already, sorry, tell your husband that I sent him the Lego head octopus model that he sent to me with the adjustments that he requested. See, gonna carry, may your skin be properly elastic and the taste good. Yeah. Hell yeah. Good. And if he has any issues or runs into any trouble, just let me know so that way I can make any of those adjustments. But yeah, hopefully that the files work out. I'm sure I'll talk to him about it tomorrow. Now, Link, since you are here, and I have you for a second, what can you tell me more about you? Because again, you're an awesome new person that I've run into in this world. What kind of stuff do you do? What do you enjoy? What are your hobbies, or what's your awesome profession? If you care to share. You don't have to. But I do like getting to know the peeps. we go. I'm kind of liking that. Okay. Now, let us use these. Let's see if we can make the next set with as little effort as possible. You feel it now. Now I'm in like quiet design mode. Starting to get quiet, but I still want to talk to people. Still want to say stuff. Don't want there to be too much dead air. Hope everyone's been having a good night. Fun stuff that I did today. Not really the most fun. Starting to get phone upgrade. I am not a fan of doing that. It always stresses me out. Gives me a lot of anxiety. No, thank you. You're gibberish. But yeah, I mean, getting a new phone is necessary here and there, but it just stresses me out to no end because I worry about things going wrong. I worry about all the things I'll need to reset up. It's less and less as the years go on, but it's still things that need to be done again. But did that today. Don't have the new phone yet, just ordered it. So the stress isn't over yet. But at least part of the process is done. Hooray. Does anybody else get super stressed out when they're going to get a new phone? Or any like update in technology? Or is that just me? Maybe that's just my own hang up. See, what you get? Just I have an iPhone, so just the latest, a 17. More memory because my memory now is finally getting the 256 is not enough for all the images that I'm saving and videos and stuff for various things. Especially now that I'm doing more content creation, I'm saving more videos and stuff, and I've had to delete things. But yeah, let's see. They make it pretty simple to just migrate everything. I'm an Android guy. Yeah, I've been an iPhone guy since day one. And it's like, it is also very simple to migrate. There's just some things that don't migrate well, I think, across like any phone. I also do a backup at home. So anything that like really needs to be migrated that doesn't go from the regular migration, like comes back with backup. So yeah, see, honestly, I just don't know. I don't get angry. I don't get sad. I don't feel negative emotions very often. But this has led me to contentment doing both absolutely nothing and something. When doing something, my hobbies include finding hobbies. Interesting. I see piano occasionally, learning when possible, self reflection, art when motivated, sunset pictures, and more. I don't really do much Twitch, movies, TV, video games by myself, nor pay attention to celebrities and their acts, making me extremely unrelatable in the most relatable topics such as references. Yeah, I can see how that might be challenging both for folks and for you, but I would say that that's not everything. So I wouldn't worry about it too much, though I'm sure you've had plenty of struggles that counter my don't worry about it too much. All I can say is the times I have encountered and gotten to interact with you, I have enjoyed. I like your music tastes, and I enjoy your fun commentary that comes with you hanging out on the Twitch streams, even though you don't do it very often, like you say. So, yeah. I'm very happy that you're here. I appreciate you. So, thank you again for sticking around. I mean, I know you were rated in, so you didn't like go, hey, I'm gonna go to Kevin's stream. But that is okay. Absolutely. The most important thing is you are here and you're hanging out, and I'm glad you're here. So thank you. As far as your hobbies go, I mean, that's really cool. You're kind of a Renaissance person. I don't know if you're familiar with that term. I've only recently found people that aren't familiar with that term, or that was one that was still fairly popular and used when I was growing up. Enough for people to call me a Renaissance man when I was a lad. Because similarly, I have collected hobbies. And I don't know if you are also a fellow neurodivergent, but that seems to be something that comes with the territory. Good movie. What movie? What did I say? I'm forgetting what movie I mentioned. Did I mention a movie? Or is there one that's in here that I missed? Help me, Josh. My streamer brain is not helping me right now. Renaissance. Oh, Renaissance Man. Have I seen that? Is that Dustin Hoffman? Why am I forgetting? It isn't. It's the one where it's with Dustin Hoffman and Tom Cruise, yeah? Or is there a different one? I mean, which honestly, it makes sense, which is kind of funny. Let's see. Let me just make sure. Because, yeah, I have seen it, if it's the one I'm thinking of. Let's see. Renaissance Man. Movie. Oh, wait, what? Danny DeVito. Okay, it's kind of coming back to me, and I'm sure I saw this way back when. But man, no, I have not thought about this movie in a long time. Rain Man is the movie that I was thinking of. Oh, man. Dummy. Let's see. Yes, that's Rain Man. Yeah, I don't know. Renaissance Man. Wow, no, I haven't thought about that in a long time. Let's see. I have absolutely no known brain abnormalities. That's fine. I am the way I am, partially because when in primary school, given a religious context, I was told that people can get bored hearing the same things over and over again, hence the different approaches at most angles. Cool. Let's see. Just wait, we find Elephant Man. All right, hey, here we go. I'm going to do better this time. Ad break in just under 5 minutes. This will be the last one of the night because I'll probably wrap up after this. But I'm at least happy with the fact that this is coming into fruition. I think what I want to do is shorten these a little bit, and then bring up the whole base just a bit more again. It's not too far off the ground. And then I need to move these around a little bit because they're not looking great yet. But, we're going. Let's see. How about Encino Man? Encino Man is fantastic. It's one of my favorite movies. Love Brendan Fraser. Man, classic Pauly Shore. Shoston? Why am I forgetting who the other guy is? Encino Man. Brendan Fraser. Yeah, Sean Austin. Okay, good. Woohoo! I remembered. But yeah, love Encino Man. Let's see. Wait until we find the Elephant Man. 'Twas terrible. Let's see. Hands out the Running Man. I actually need to see the new Running Man. It looked really fun. Who be the Encino Man? If we're talking about the movie, it is Brendan Fraser. And it is a great comedy from the early 90s. I mean, I don't know how well it holds up now if you haven't seen it. It might not be great, but definitely a special place in my heart. Also, fun fact. The ads are coming in 2 minutes. Warning, warning. Who is Brendan Fraser? He is an actor that starred in the Mummy movies and Encino Man, which is was a big film for him. That was kind of in the height of his career. Not the height. Mummy was, I would say, but his building of his career. Encino Man was a big part of that. I think he got the role because he was a rising star, and also that helped his star rise a bit more. He also was in, thinking other things, and you probably don't know the various ones. Brendan Fraser. George of the Jungle was another silly set of films that he was in. I think he did 2 of those. trying to think. There's another really big early one. He was in Son-in-Law as well? Crazy. A lot of Pauly Shore stuff. But yeah, no, like you mentioned, you don't know a lot of celebrities or actors, stuff like that, so that's fine. But yeah, he's definitely was a big comedic and action presence in the 90s. Oh, ads are going to start soon. And yeah, just really, really fun guy, really nice guy. His career kind of faded for a bit, and now he's had a triumphant return in a lot of ways. So it's been cool to see his career kind of come back. Yeah, no, of course it's more fun to ask. I happy to share. I even had to look stuff up too. But yeah, I don't know what I could say that you would see. Seen him at the Caveman movie. Yes, yeah, exactly. Yeah, that would have been a good way to describe it when you asked. But yeah, so hang tight. Ads are coming, and then we'll probably hang out for a little bit after that as like kind of like a debrief. And yeah, so enjoy the ads. We'll bring Frieren up in all her glory while we wait. There we go. I think that's a good rough-in for the base. I don't know if I want to like have like a fill in this bottom section. That might look nice and have a nice like scoop to it. I know I want the bases of these front ones to flare out a little bit more. And then I might want like another kind of magic effect coming from the center, and that might hit her feet. And then I might just have another magic effect that kind of curls up and plugs into her back. But yeah, we will see. We will see. All right. 2 minutes left on the ad break. Hey, JD's lurking. Wedge still lurking. Awesome. A lot of J's in the house tonight. Very interesting. And I know sometimes it doesn't, there are still people here that it says that aren't here, but I did see some awesome familiar names, at least at the start, that popped in. Even if you popped in for a little bit, I appreciate the click. It's always nice to have even that little bit of support. Let's see, about 1 minute till the ads come. Everybody comes back. Less than 10 seconds till the ads come back. And we're back. All right. So yeah, I think, let's see, dang, this dude just did a backflip on ice skates. Oh, you and your Winter Olympics. It's really funny because I believe for a long time that was an illegal move. I think they started kind of bringing it back, but I think there's certain aspects of it that still are kind of frowned upon, so hopefully it's not disqualifying. But it is definitely an awesome move. What was I doing? Okay, well, one, I need to save where I'm at because I haven't done that all night. Yeah, not sure. I remember seeing it. Everyone cheered, so I guess it's cool. Yeah, because I think I'm forgetting the ice skater's name, but there was one guy that was like famous for doing it kind of first in competition and it being like okay, but there's like certain types of backflips that are considered too dangerous, so they don't want them in competition, so they are illegal. So, excuse me. So I'm sure, like you're saying, it's probably a cool move, but I know sometimes like people cheer for the backflip and it's like, oh, disqualified. I think people are always going to cheer for a backflip, you know? But it is what it is. So, yes, here we are. I think this is where we're ending up tonight. I'm happy with the progress, both in the adjustments that I made to Frieren and kind of the bashing of this base to get the concept in 3D. Now I just need to figure out what I want to do to flesh out these spindly bits. I'll probably do a bit of retopology. And replace them with new parts. But for now, I at least have this. Let's see, one more thing I want to do. I think I don't know if I want to. There we go. Just up that just a little bit. Or maybe. Why isn't it doing the mask on that? Okay, it does that one. Okay, whoa, whoa. Stop. I think ZBrush is having some struggles. How did that double? Did I duplicate it? Okay. Okay, that's the main one. That's a new duplicated one. I want to delete this. Yes. Okay. Honestly, that kind of hit that where I wanted to, so cool. There we go. Let's see. That double, it kind of looked like I had some She-Ra vibes. Yeah, no, I definitely got that too. Yeah, we'll see. But yeah, that is definitely where we are stopping for tonight. There's still lots to do with the base, and I'll probably do some of that stuff on stream, but I got audio stuff to do too. So we will see. I'm not sure if I'll have progress between streams, but definitely happy with the progress tonight. So I hope you all enjoyed the stream. Those that stuck around through, for sure. Everyone else that just kind of popped in and popped out, thank you so much for being here. Let me go back to full screen. All right. Hope you enjoy the rest of the Olympics. Let's see. We have a 54-year-old attorney on our curling team. What? Okay. Okay, I gotta read all this first. Let's see. Dang, this dude did a black flip. Yeah, 50, let's see. With it double. Okay, cool. I missed the thing about the attorney. Okay, that's funny. But yeah, really happy with the progress tonight. I think we can probably wrap this up in another stream or two, which I'm excited about. Hey, what's up, Wedge? Thanks for popping back in. Are you streaming right now? Because I'll probably, as I do my little cool down, I'll probably pop into your stream for a little bit. But yeah, thank you everyone for popping in. Got maybe 2 more streams, I would say max, as far as like just getting this done. Then I'll be into engineering. Then we'll get into the process of prepping for print. And then I might do some IRL stream stuff, or at least on my Instagram for the printing process. Still got to figure that out, but I think we're still a little bit of ways. I might start a new project a little bit and juggle in between time just to break it up. And that is something that I kind of want to do eventually, because I think just doing the constant of the same project gets a little old, especially on social media stuff. So we'll see. I'm still trying to figure all this out, but I'm having a lot of fun, and I appreciate everyone that is coming through and hanging out. See, may your mustache grow more grandiose. Thank you, Link. I appreciate it so much. So everyone, have a good night. Remember, if you're not following me on social media, KGart82 on Instagram and YouTube. I'm also on Threads, but I don't use that a lot. I'm also on TikTok, but I don't think I'm going to keep that. Right now I'm just kind of supporting people, but mainly Instagram and YouTube, and obviously here on Twitch. So everyone, have a good night. Rest well. We're halfway through the weekend. Enjoy the rest of it. And yeah, see you next time. Bye-bye.